So, 3 days ago, lovers of YA books everywhere lost our collective minds when the news broke that Six of Crows and Shadow and Bone were being turned into a Netflix series. And all I could think was, holy shit, 2019 is up to a fantastic start. But also, who would play my favorite characters? And then I thought, you know what? Why not just make a fan cast yourself? So, I did. Hello everybody, Nora back again. Okay, so I'm going to start by just getting it all out of my system. Yes! My babies are coming, my babies are gonna be on screen. What fantastic news. Okay, now that that is out of the way, I'm just going to go straight to saying that this is a fan cast. I am not in charge of the actual casting. These are just people that I chose because I think that maybe physiologically they look like the characters the way I picture them in my head, or maybe I think that they would bring something to the character that I want portrayed. But yeah, it's my fan cast. If you do not like it, then I am sorry, but there's really nothing I can do about it. So I'll start things off with the love of my life, my baby, my manipulative son, Brekker. You know, it's so hard. It was so hard choosing someone that would capture Kaz perfectly because it's Brekker, you know. Charismatic, bold, cunning, brilliant, smart, intelligent. Those are really big shoes to fill. And I was lost for a while. By then I considered, and I think that Spencer MacPherson would be a very, very amazing Kaz. Hear me out. One, he has the lean lines and pale skin that I think of when I think of Kaz, and he also has that young face, but I know he can portray the air of someone who is older and experienced because of the shit he's seen. And also his run on the Grassy Next Class confirms that he can play the role of someone with barely restrained rage who will fuck your shit up and then fuck you up, then walk away fixing his clothes, cool like a cucumber, like nothing happened. And he also can play the role of a big brat, because as much as I love my son, I am not going to deny the fact that Brekker is a fucking asshole, but we love him all the same, so yes. Next up is Inej Ghafa, who I think will be played fantastically by Medalion Rahimi. Now, I've not gotten over the cancellation of Still Star-Crossed. That show was amazing and brilliant, and I love it, and I hope Shonda Rhimes changes her minds and gives us extra seasons. Medalion in that series proved that she can play the role of someone who would always have the back of her family while leaving everyone else to burn. Plus, she's gorgeous, she's Iranian, and I just want to put knives in her hands and have her step on my throat. So yes, Inej. Next up is Nina Zenik, and for her, I would go with Chloe Marshall. I mean, look at her. Tall and statuesque, yes. Curvy and drop-dead gorgeous, yes. Looks like she could crush your heart with a smile on her face, hell yeah. Seriously though, I think that whoever is playing Nina has to be thick and stunning, and I believe Chloe Marshall fits that. Yes, I know she's a model, not an actress, but that is what acting classes are for. Like, seriously, people, work with me here, work with me. Next up is my beautiful boy, Jesper Fahey, and I think for him, I would go with Ashton Sanders. Like, seriously though, lanky, check. Oozing with swag, check. Dark brown skin, check. Can he act? Check. Has he played a believable gay character? Hell yeah. So yes, Ashton Sanders for my no self-control having God-loving bisexual son. Thank you very much. Next is my gay son Wylan Van Eck, who I think should be played by David Mazouz. Now, work with me here. Think about it. One, David is going to be the youngest in the cast, which means that he would further bring that air of Wylan being or appearing to be the youngest of the dregs. Two, he already has curly hair. Sure, it is black, and sure, it straightens it. But we can get him to stop straightening his hair, and we can dye the black hair strawberry blonde, and boom, we have our Wylan. Like, sure, it brings an intensity in his role in Gotham, but I think that it can play the good-natured moral compass of the dregs well. So yes, David Mazouz. Next up is Matthias Helvar. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was not a big fan of Matthias in Six of Crows. He redeemed himself in Crooked Kingdom, but Six of Crows, I was like, meh. But even with that, I could still picture Chris Hemsworth as Matthias. You know, like long-haired Matthias. I thought of Hemsworth in Thor and Thor Dark World. And then short-haired Matthias, I thought of Hemsworth in Thor Ragnarok. But then I was like, not Chris Hemsworth, because Chris Hemsworth is older. Then I thought of Austin Butler, because Austin is cute, whether with long hair or short. But Austin is not muscular. And then I was like, wait, hold up. If I cannot go with Chris Hemsworth because he's, well, older, why not go with the younger Hemsworth? So, Liam Hemsworth, everybody. Yes, Liam Hemsworth as Matthias Helvar. Next is Yul-bo, who I think should be played by Kento Yamazaki, because Kento has that young, innocent face that could hide what a lying prick he is beneath it all. Like, can you not just picture him smirking when you know what happens between him and you know who? Because I can. And then we move on to the Shadow and Bone casting. First up, Tamar Kir-Bataar, who I think should be played by Rila Fukushima, because she's small, she's feisty, she looks great with short hair, and she has that innocent look of a sweetheart who would gut you in your sleep when you're not expecting it, and then crown the day by spending the night with her girlfriend. Plus, she already proved to us in the Wolverine movie that she can skewer you like meat kebabs. We stand. Next up is Genya Safin. Beautiful, gorgeous Genya. And for her, I'm going with Madeline Petsch. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm going with Madeline because there's just something about a natural redhead playing Genya that works for me. Plus, Madeline oozes sex appeal, and she can switch from the calm, in control badass to the vulnerable woman who wants to be loved and accepted and respected. Next up is Zoya Nazyalensky. Initially, I was thinking Cathy McGrath because Cathy is Zoya to a T. But Cathy is slightly older, and I've always pictured Zoya as like being younger in my head. So I'm going with Odeya Rush, who looks like she can ruin you with her power, her beauty, and her wit. Plus, she looks like a younger Cathy to me, kinda in a way, if you squint really hard. So yes, Odeya Rush as Zoya. And then we move on to Nikolai, the love of my life, Nikolai Lantsov. I think it should be played by Douglas Booth. One, because Douglas Booth is fine as fuck. Like, that is one fine boy. But also because there was a part where they asked him in an interview why he went into acting and drama. And he said he likes being the center of attention, that is where he wants to be. And it just echoes Nikolai's own words in the books, where he says that he likes being the center of attention wherever he goes. And I just felt like it's kismet, it's fate that Douglas Booth should play Nikolai Lantsov. And who am I to go against the desires and wishes of the universe? And finally, the Darkling, who I think should be played by Mads Mikkelsen. Now, before you all start bringing the torches, I know I had worked extra hard to make sure that everybody in this fan cast were all in their 20s. But, so why am I putting a 53-year-old man to play the Darkling? One, because the Darkling might look young, but let's be real, the Darkling is old. That guy is an old-ass geezer. But also, and most importantly, it's Mads. Brilliant, charismatic, silver-tongued, vicious, with a desire to corrupt your soul and barely restrain violence. And I just described Mads playing Hannibal? Yes. Do I feel out of sorts wanting a man who plays a younger than he looks, suave, manipulative, sadistic, more vicious than he seems, serial killer, playing a younger than he looks, manipulative, suave, charismatic, sadistic, more vicious than he appears, serial killer? Nope. Not if he looks like Mads Mikkelsen, I don't. Yes, go ahead, judge me. I don't give a shit. And that would be all for my fan casting. What? Did you all really think I was going to go out of my way to do a fan cast for they who should not be named? Ha! I would never, ever, ever do that.
A few moments later.
Fine. So my mind will just not shut up because apparently it's insisting that I do the fan cast for Malyen Orested and Alina Starkov. But I decided to do one that was inspired by Ali Kover's tweet because perfection. So here you go, my fan cast for Mal and Alina, because one of them is trash and the other one grates on my nerves. Peace.